it's mainly like my cheeks and my ears. It's even on the top. I don't... See, this is so weird. I can't speak, guys. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a Q&A prepared for you guys today. I've tried to film this like over and over and over again, and I can't really seem to get everything in that I want to say. So, without further ado, I'm going to get started. And before I actually get started, if you love my beautiful face, and if you love what I say, hit that beautiful red button down below somewhere, and also become a part of my little family here on YouTube. If you do not want to miss any of my videos, also ring my bell. It is the little bell notification right next to the subscription box, button thing, whatever, down there, do it right now. But if you love Q&As and if you love people who have disabilities and, you know, they speak out and they want you to be aware of what they have, thumbs this up. Also, I could do so many more of these different types of videos because I have so many questions. So we're gonna get right on into it. So the first question that I have is, what is it called? It's called Peter's Anomaly, and I'm gonna go into a very short spiel about it. So it's when you're in your mom's womb for the first 3 months, you're developing, right? And your cornea and iris is supposed to separate into layers. Well, mine did not. So at 2 years old, I was given a surgery to peel away the cornea and iris. In my left eye, it worked out, and then in my right eye, it did not work out at all. So I had scar tissue over my eye for the first 12 years of my life, and growing up with it was a little weird because I had to explain to kids my age and a little younger and adults as well that I'm perfectly fine. It's just, you know, it's my genetics, and I was like, I still to this day explain to kids, you know, I was born this way, and they're perfectly fine with it. Like, they just let it go and it's perfectly fine. But yeah, I am 99.99% blind in this eye, and that's because of surgery after surgery after surgery after surgery. And I have a story time about when I saw with both of my eyes at the same time, which was insanely crazy. I have a story time about my first surgery. If you guys want, I have them linked in the description box below. Also, I have them somewhere on the screen so you can click on them, go watch them, come back to this video. It's perfectly fine. The next question I have is, what is legally blind? And the only reason why I have this in this Q&A is because I get this question a lot. It's like, if you're blind, how can you do this? How can you do that? How can you do this? And it's more or less, your vision has to be, let's see here, I has a screenshot of something. So I'm going to read it out. Legal blindness is a level of vision loss that has been legally determined or defined to determine eligibility for benefits in the United States. Oh my gosh. This refers to a medically diagnosed central vision acuity of 2200. So my left eye is 2200, and that being said, it does fluctuate. So on a very, 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 very good day, it's 2120, and on like a very like crazy, like insanely good day, it's 2100. And that's rare. That's extremely rare. I normally have bad days, and it's normally 2200. So I am legally blind. I'm straight up legally blind. Were you born with this condition? Yes, I was. How does it affect your driving? I do not know how to drive. I know how to drive illegally though, just in case if something happens. Is it painful at times? Yes, because it doesn't create its own fluid. So I have to put in ointment every so often, which I forget. Anyway, are your other senses improved? Yes, they are. My hearing and my taste are insane. I can hear vibrations, and when I'm talking right now, it's like echoing, and I can hear the echo, and it's like not nice. It's not pleasant at all. And my taste, this is a little tidbit for you. I tried brie a few years ago, and brie, like, it's not my favorite cheese at all. So like the first time I tried it, it stuck with me. It tasted like a foot mixed with cottage cheese. It was disgusting. And then I tried it again New Year's Eve with my boyfriend's family, and I was like, huh, this tastes like, you know, potted plant, or like you're walking through a forest. And my boyfriend's mom was just like, oh, you're probably tasting the truffle in it. I was like, really? She's like, yeah, there's fungus in this cheese. I'm like, oh, okay. Yep, not gonna taste it. I don't like mushrooms. I don't like fungus in my food. Sorry. What is the hardest part of the day for you? It is dusk. Dusk is literally the worst part because I judge shadows whenever I walk. So I don't really have a depth perception per se. I normally just grasp. I normally quote unquote cope. So I grasp and I get very, very lucky by judging things. So that being said, I do bump into things a lot and I do say sorry to inanimate objects like chairs and like walls and doors and stuff. I used to do like that all the time. I'm like, oh wait, there's a door there, you know, you might want to look out for that. Yeah. I'll still do that to this day, but like I had a friend in Europe who was literally the sweetest girl ever, and I was like, oh, I almost fell to my death. She's like, oh yeah, don't do that. I'm like, thanks. Thanks for looking out for me, girl. You have my back. Does your eye affect you socially? It did when I was a kid, but not anymore because I'm very outspoken, as you can clearly tell. How do you overcome down days if you have any? I try and try and try and try my best to overcome down days, and I have anxiety and I have depression, and it's, ooh, excuse me. I tasted yogurt from lunch. That was good strawberry yogurt. It was Yoplait, by the way. Get Yoplait. Yoplait is delicious. But I do have down days. Sometimes I just kind of like say to myself, oh, you're worrying too much, because I am a huge worrywart, so I over worry, I overthink things a lot. I think things that happened like way like years ago, and like I'll just be stuck in my own thoughts for hours at a time, and it's like not even cool. But if you're an overthinker, you kind of know what I'm talking about when I say I'm stuck in my own thoughts all the time and I get depressed because of it, and it's not fun at all. But I tend to pull myself out of it, especially if I'm having a panic attack or an anxiety attack. I tend to just focus on my breathing, and that's crucial at the time because, you know, that's the only thing you can really focus on. Is you can't really focus on your mind racing, you can just focus on your breathing. And it's very, very calming, and I do meditate a lot. So like meditation is key for focusing on breathing, and normally if I'm having a very bad day, I tend to just text everybody. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna meditate for half an hour to 45 minutes, just leave me alone for this time. I need time to just focus and relax. And normally they'll do it, and it's perfectly fine for like my boyfriend, my parents, whoever's texting me, like my friends, like, you know, you'll meet one of my best friends very soon, hopefully on this channel, I don't know, we'll see. But that's how I overcome bad days. How do I stay positive? I just kind of touched on that. Do you have trouble sleeping because of it? I did when I was younger, and that's because I was dealing with the mental part of it, the mental part of surgeries, and also because of the surgeries in general, because I had to sleep on a certain side of my face. So I couldn't, at a certain point, I couldn't lay on my back. Actually, yeah, I could lay on my stomach, but I couldn't lay on my back because I had an air bubble and a gas bubble in because my cornea, or my retina detached so many times. So, yeah, I had to lay certain ways when I was sleeping, and it affected it very differently because I am a back sleeper, and I hate sleeping on my stomach. It feels so weird, and I am a side sleeper. And normally with gas bubbles and stuff, you can't really be a side sleeper or a back sleeper. You have to sleep on your stomach. It's so hard. Oh my gosh. So when I was sleeping, I would cheat, and I would literally lay on my back or my belly and like turn my head either way. Sorry, Mom. How does it affect your everyday? This is basically why I'm doing this, to bring awareness to what it does. Is your physical touch sense heightened in any way? This is very hard to explain, but I do have facial feeling, and the only reason why I know this term is because one of my professors, I stayed after class and I talked to him. He's like this very old guy, very sweet old guy, and he was like, do you have facial feeling? I'm like, whoa, that's awesome term, and I've never heard that term before until he said it, and I was like, how do you know what it is? And he goes, well, I had a student who had a visual impairment, and she described that she had facial feeling, and I'm like, wow, now that I have that term in my arsenal, I'm very happy I have it, because it's more or less very easy to kind of explain to someone without feeling a little have you seen rain falling in the sky or birds flying? And I have seen a flock of birds fly and they just look like little dots flying around, but the only reason why I could see that is because there are a lot and I can't just see one bird flying. Like I can't see like a sparrow or something flying through the sky unless it's like literally like right in my face. Raindrops, it was raining last night and I could only see the rain actually pour like down if it is like, if there's a light reflecting on it, if that makes any sense. So I can see it, but I can't see it without that, and I can feel it drip on me and like, you know, do its rain thing. But besides that, I can't see any bird, I can't see any raindrop, I can only hear it. My auditory is incredible. My boyfriend asked this crazy question, and it is, can you see the transparent worm? And the only thing that I can think of when anybody says the transparent worm thing is the clip of Peter Griffin saying, "Oh, hi, little transparent worm," and the worm talking about, like, I can't do the editing thing, but if I could, I would totally put it like in here somewhere. But yeah, I cannot see that at all. So as weird as that sounds, I can't see it at all, and people say that if you see it, you're going blind, and you know, a legally blind person cannot see it, so what does that say? Like, I cannot see it physically. I've tried to picture it. I cannot see it. I don't know what these people are talking about. I have no idea what Rob's talking about when he says, "Oh, I can see it whenever I want." No, I can't. What is this? What is this phenomena? I've never been like introduced to it, so I have no idea what it's like. And like when I saw that like Peter Griffin thing, I was like, this is new. What is this? I've never heard of this in my entire life. So yeah, that's it for this Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, anything at all, question them in the comments below. Also, if you like this Q&A, thumbs this up. Before I sign off completely, if you love my beautiful face and if you love what I say, hit that beautiful red button down below and become a part of my love family here on YouTube. I'm going to sign off. Okay, I love you guys. Stay beautiful and positive and do something magical. I will see you in the next video.